Welcome, it's Amelia Andaleon with Spiritual Fit Yoga. This episode is a recording of a live yoga class I taught for Insight Timer. You can listen to the audio on all the major platforms, or you can watch the video on Spotify. I was enjoy this class today. Practice ahimsa, grab whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. Of course, take care of yourself, practice self-care. And if you want to find out more about me, look at the episode notes and also follow me on my podcast, Spiritually Fit Yoga. Thanks for being here. Yesterday I actually went on a hike with some yoga students and we did a meditation out by this river, and Kobe came with us. And as soon as somebody would sit down and set up for a meditation seat in Sukhasana, in crisscross applesauce, he would come right over and sit on their lap. In fact, they were trying to take a photo and just with them, and they couldn't because we had to pull Kobe off. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you, Jen. So Jen, I know you know Kobe. Yeah, we went for a hike yesterday and he was in there hiking with us and wanting to sit in meditation. So those of you that don't know me, my name is Amelia Andaleon. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we've got kind of a sunny day today, which is nice. And today's class is going to be a slow vinyasa class. I'm going to end with some meditation. But I want to read a few things. Hi, Jamie. If I don't know you, yeah, Misty says animals are so zen. He actually has really, really good energy. I don't know if you can feel his energy through the camera. I know if you met him in person, you'd be able to feel it. But yeah, he brings good energy to all of us. Let me know where you're from. I know some of you might be in the Bay Area. I'm just curious where you're tuning in from. And I'll keep talking while you type in. Okay, I'm going to have to put Kobe down because I'm trying to look at something. Okay, so I want to read something that if you happen to be on Instagram, if you happen to follow Moon Omens, I don't know if you know Moon Omens. It's an Instagram account which I like to follow, and it's the full moon today. It's like full moon in Leo, and I actually liked what they wrote on their page, so I thought that I'd share it kind of to start off. You're in Ohio. Oh, you have a dog like Kobe. So that's the one thing, like we're not on Zoom here, right? On Insight Timer. Otherwise, I'd ask you to show me your dog, Jamie. And I just want to say welcome. If anybody is not new to, or is new to Insight Timer, if you've never been here before, I always like to just remind you that this is not like Zoom, that you can see me, but I can't see you. So I want to ask you to please practice ahimsa, to take care of yourself. Grab any props that you need for today, because I can't see you. I can't offer any like specific alignment cues for you. Okay, so let me read you a little bit about this full moon in Leo, which is today. Okay, so full moon in Leo illuminates the place where your heart wants to lead you this year, what you feel called to express, what deserves your courage, presence, and devotion as you move forward. The moon brings attention to what feels alive within you and asks you to honor it. The feelings rise so they can be recognized, owned, and expressed with honesty rather than held back or second-guessed. I'm going to read that again because I don't know if you're resonating with that, but I really resonated with this when I read it this morning. Feelings rise so they can be recognized, owned, and expressed with honesty rather than held back or second guessed. So I don't know, again, if you're resonating with that, but I can just say for myself that sometimes I might feel things and if I question it or I feel like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling those things for whatever reason, and then that can hold me back from maybe fully expressing or being truthful to myself. One way that can show up is maybe my values, what I'm thinking is not aligning with values that might have been projected onto me from my family or environment. And, and as we get older and as we get wiser, we can have more and practice satya in yoga. We call it satya, truthfulness, to have that honesty with ourselves, that we get to be authentic in how we feel and how we express ourselves. So Jamie, my energy is directed at healing. I'm having some odd health issues that have baffled most health professionals. I think this is my year to heal and advocate for myself. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I will share a little bit. Those of you that don't know my story, I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I was diagnosed with it. Gosh, I think it's almost 20 years now. Maybe a little bit before 20 years. My daughter's 20 years old, so more than 20 years because I was diagnosed before she was born, before we were actually able to conceive. And one of the things I went through doctors and tests, and I wasn't getting any better. Finally, to a naturopath, and a prescription pad that she wrote on the pad, she said yoga. It's just like she just handed it to me. She said yoga. It's just like, okay. So I went to yoga. I went to different yogas, and then before I knew it, just the process of the yoga, everything, the yoga off the mat, the svadhyaya, the self-realization, the self-inquiry. That's when I started to discover where in my life I was like literally exhausting myself or fatiguing myself. Then also some connections to some emotional things and some things in my past that it actually helped me. In yoga, we talk about unveiling or, removing the masks. And that's how yoga really helped me, not to cure my chronic fatigue syndrome, but to be mindful of stopping the things that were draining me, and also and ask for the wisdom. It's like, send me the people that I need. Like maybe you, Jamie. I felt that way. I felt like they were baffling most professionals. It's like, we cannot find the answer. It took me years. I'll let you know. It took me years. And I finally got the help that I needed. Okay, so that's enough about our beginning here. So go ahead and get yourself to your mat. So I have a couple of blankets there. If you want to grab some blocks, you can. So like I said, this is going to be a slow vinyasa class. And I'm going to end it in a meditation and shavasana and meditation. All right, so I'm going to get myself to my mat. Go ahead and take a seat. So you can take a seat directly on your mat, or if you want to put a blanket or meditation cushion on underneath you, you can. Won't be sitting here too long. I'll go ahead and just sit here on a blanket and give myself a little bit more light so I'm brighter. Let me see. Let's see if that's any better. Okay. So as you take your seats, make yourself comfortable. If you find that your knees are way up in the sky, maybe sitting on the edge of a blanket or the edge of a bolster or a meditation cushion, let's just shrug the shoulders up a couple of times. Start to bring some movement to the neck, anywhere where you feel tight. I always feel tight in my neck and my shoulders. So you might be shrugging the shoulders up and back. You might be taking them forward. Let's bring some movement side to side, just like leaning over and breathing into the side body, breathing into the lung that's facing up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Let's hold here a couple of breaths. And the position of your neck is whatever's comfortable. I'm looking up, but if you find that's not comfortable for your neck, you can also take it to the side, or you can even look down. So choose what is comfortable for your body today. Then inhale the arm up, and then go ahead and lean to the other side. So this time, noticing this side might feel different. This side I'm tighter for whatever reason. I feel tighter in my hip. I feel tighter in this left shoulder. So another thing I like to say is get curious, not furious. So now like I'm kind of curious, like what is going on that I'm feeling this tightness on this side of the body? Just getting curious. Breathing, and like really breathing into that lung that's facing up towards the ceiling. With every single breath, maybe warming up the lungs a little bit, especially if this is your first yoga class or first mindful breathing. And then inhale back to center. Let's lean to the other side again, breathing, stretching out, and see if maybe the second time does it feel a little bit different. So maybe it takes a few times to start to warm up the body. And notice if the breath can be fuller. As you inhale, expand all the way into the lungs, the rib cages, maybe feeling the stretch of the skin across the waist. And as you inhale back to center, leaning over to the other side. And then noticing again how this feels the second time around, breathing. So in our breath work here, come back to center and shrug your shoulders up again. So if you want to give a little shake to your legs, if you feel like switching the other leg in front, if you want to switch the other shin in front, go ahead and do that. So the breath work, we're going to inhale through the nostrils and exhale through the nostrils. Begin an Ujjayi breath. So let's put the hand on the belly, maybe left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly, and starting the inhale down at the belly, inhale from the belly, the mid, up to the collarbones, filling up. Then exhaling from the top, mid belly, squeeze at the low belly, let it go. Inhale from the bottom. Mouth is closed, exhale from the top. Inhale from the bottom. Exhale from the top. Continue to breathe and watch the body breathe. And watch the body release. So in yoga, this is not just oxygenating the body. We're also circulating what's called prana, life force. So with the mouth closed, we inhale, expand. And we exhale, we're offering, letting go. So you can keep your hands on your belly and your heart if you want. That can bring awareness to the physical sensations. Or you can relax your arms down. Maybe your palms are up if you're in a receiving energy, if there's something you want to receive, or if you feel like you need some grounding, go ahead and rest your hands down. Maybe just close your eyes and see how you feel. I'm feeling like I want my palms up today. Just notice the energy. Let go of any concern of, am I doing it right or wrong? Instead, would you awaken your intuition and trust yourself? Now, as you breathe here, bring awareness to your spine and your sits bones, allowing the sits bones reaching down towards the earth. So the sits bones is right underneath your buttocks. Imagine that there are pegs, and they're like plugging right down into the earth. And right onto the earth is like a conduit to receive the energy of stability all the way up. These sits bones, up the body, up the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. And exhaling and sending that energy back down. Keep those sits bones rooted. So bring the sense of stability. And at the same time, when you inhale, lifting up your energy, lifting up your spine. This equal action of grounding and lifting up. So notice if you can ground, notice if you started to tense in your glutes, see if you can relax your sits bones down a little bit more. And as you're sitting up tall in your spine, starting to strengthen these muscles along the spine, the erector spinae. Crown of the head, feel the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. Feeling the back of your neck lengthen, sitting with intention, sitting with power, and sitting with peace. Feeling the breath in the front, the sides, and the back of the body. Feeling the breath softly, slowly release, let it go. And notice if you feel a little bit more settled here at the beginning of the class. Bring your palms together at Anjali Mudra, thumbs touching your heart. And bring to mind any intention for today's practice. Your intention, your sankalpa. Breathe into your intention. And then sigh, release any attachment to outcomes or results. Let it go. One more time, breathe into your intention. Release attachment to outcomes or results. and back to Ujjayi breath. Relax your arms down. You stay seated now on the bolster or block or blanket if you want. You just see how this feels and see how it feels when you straighten your legs out. So I'm going to move back. I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see like a little bit more. There we go. So with your legs straight and your feet out in front of you, choosing if you want to sit on top of the blanket, on the edge of a blanket or not. I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And go ahead and just flex and point the ankles. Lean back on your hands and just rotate through the ankles. Rotate the other direction. Point and flex. And bend your right knee. And your left leg is straight. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Just pause here. And just maybe on your fingertips, just on the fingertips, those spider fingers, just right behind you. And as you let those sits bones reach down, flex that front ankle and start to press the back of the front calf. Maybe you're starting to feel the back of the hamstring pressing down. And then feel the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. Breathe here. Starting to warm up the body, connecting to this rhythm of your inhale and exhale. Now walk the fingertips back a little bit more. Then open up the chest and the shoulders. If it's comfortable for you, slowly start to lift the chest up. If it's comfortable for you, slowly start to let the head go back. So remember, be mindful, especially if this is your very first pose. Then exhale, slowly drop your chin down towards your chest. Bring a little bit of movement to the upper spine and the cervical spine, the neck. Inhale, lifting the heart and head up. We're on our spider fingers because that's a little bit easier than placing the palms down. It's easier on the wrists. And exhale, slowly dropping the chin down towards your chest. So do that 2 more times, starting to wake up, opening up in this heart opener, in this gentle back bend. And exhale, slowly dropping the chin down. Bring attention to that front leg. Notice if you've let go of flexing that ankle. So if you want to work on the strength and flexing the ankle, giving energy to the leg, you can also relax it. So choose how you want to take this pose. You can modify in every single pose. Pause here. Keep your chin down. Slowly walk the fingertips forward and then straighten both legs. And then you're going to switch legs. Okay, before we start to do the same on the other side, interlace the fingers right in front of you and just straighten the arms. And then stretching out gently the back of the wrists. Now push the hands away from you. And as you inhale, reach the arms up, maybe looking up, and exhale, circling the arms down. So we're just slowly warming up through the joints. So straightening the arms. You're looking at the palms, so the backs of the hands, they're facing away from you. And now press the palms away from you. And inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, circling the arms down. Okay, spider fingers behind you again. Press the fingers down. Flexing the left ankle this time, pressing the back of the calf, the hamstring, whatever you can touch, energizing that left leg. Sits bones are rooting down, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Stay here or start to press your chest forward, opening up the shoulders and the chest, or maybe the chest is going up, or maybe the chest and the head are starting to go back slightly. Hold this 3 cycles of breath. Again, choosing if you want to keep that front leg, that front ankle flexed and active, actively pressing down into the ground. Take 1 more breath and exhale, slowly drop your chin down towards your chest, slowly, slowly. Now bring some movement. We're going to do that 2 more times, moving the head. Inhale, chest is lifted. Open up the chest and the shoulders, filling up with breath. Exhale, slowly drop the chin down. Again, bringing movement to the upper back, to the neck. 1 more time. Inhale, opening up the chest and the shoulders. Letting the head go back, opening up the heart. And exhale, slowly releasing, letting go. Keeping the chin down. Go ahead and walk the fingers forward. Legs forward, go and shake it out. Let's do this with the legs straight, both legs straight this time. Interlace your fingers, elbows are straight, looking at the palms of your hands. This time, round your back. And I'm going to lean back a little bit so you can see. So round your back slightly. Then inhale as you press the hands up. And exhale, circle the arms down. So arms are in front of you, round the back. Inhale, press the palms up. Exhale, circle the arms back. Okay, so as you do this, flex your ankles. Bring a little bit more energy now to the legs. Doing this whole thing. So it actually, whether you realize it or not, we're working the core a little bit. So rooting those sits bones down, flexing the ankles. So you're going to keep the sits bones rooted. And now pull the pit of your belly button up and back towards your spine. So you're not sucking your belly in. It's not that. You're actually activating what's called the rectus abdominis muscles, as if you could lift the pelvis up by activating with the muscles, initiating with the ab muscles, not by squeezing your glutes. So let's see if you can do that first. So see if you can get a sense of like you're trying to tilt your pelvis up to meet your belly button, like that's a little bit of a sandwich. You're trying to do that there. Can you initiate that from the abdominal muscles without clenching the glutes? You might be starting to feel this in the legs already, actually. So flexing your ankles, arms are out in front of you. Round the back, exhale. Inhale, press the arms up, keep flexing the ankles. Exhale, circle the arms down. Okay, last time. Round the back. Inhale, arms are up, stretching up, keep flexing the ankles. Exhale, circle the arms down. Let it go. Okay, now lean back on the hands again. And this time on the spider fingers, maybe a little bit back more. Now open up the chest and shoulders, breathe, and point the toes this time. And exhale, release the chest. So when I say point the toes, I'm actually saying instead of flexing the ankles, like pointing, we got flexing and extending. So pressing those feet down, those toes forward. Inhale, and then exhale, releasing the chest. And still warming up. Inhale, opening up the chest and the heart. Exhale, let something go. And now slowly come on to your hands and knees. We're going to get a little bit more movement now. So if you would like, if you want to put some cushion underneath your knees or a blanket, if you find that you like a little bit more when you're on your hands and knees, so go ahead and grab that if you want. And then set yourself up. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists and hips are stacked over your knees. So you have that set up. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more light. I feel like we could use more. All right, so as you're getting set up here, go ahead and move through the spine. As you press the hands down, moving into a cat-cow. As you press the hands down, you round your back up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, you drop the belly down and you arch the spine. So as you exhale, you push the hands down, spread the shoulder blades apart. Chin is down towards your chest. And as you inhale, slowly, shoulders are down from the ears. Do that a few more times, starting to move the spine. So we were starting to warm up with the upper spine and the cervical spine, which is the middle back and the neck. So now we're adding the lumbar spine, the lower spine. Inhale into your cow, tilting the tailbone up, heart is forward. Exhale, pushing the ground away from you in this cat pose. Last time, inhale, filling up, heart is forward. Exhale, tilting that tailbone down. Breathe. Pause here. Look back towards your belly button. Open your eyes. Hold here. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to take a twist. So with your left hand down into the ground, reach your right arm up towards the side. Maybe it's out to the side, or maybe you're twisting all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm is underneath your chest. Right side of the head is down. I don't know if you heard my spine crack. I got a nice chiropractic adjustment. Reach your right arm up. Do this again. And then exhale, thread the needle, right arm underneath the chest. 2 more times. So we'll do this a few more times. Just bring movement, 1 breath. Exhale, landing down. And then this last time as we inhale, we're going to go ahead and pause and rest the right side of the head, the right shoulder down onto the ground. And then your left fingertips are going to walk forward, or you can bend your left elbow behind your back with your elbow bent. I'm going to hold here 4 more breaths. With your next inhale, walk the left fingertips back, and then the right arms back up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, hands are down, and move through a cat-cow, round in the back. Inhale and dropping the belly down, and then tabletop. What we're doing is we're moving the spine in all directions. Now let's do the left side. Inhale, left arm is up, and then reach it through with the exhale. Inhale, we'll do this 3 more times. So go ahead and move in your pace. Staying with your inhale and your exhale. Inhale through the nostrils. So the last time we're going to pause here. Exhale through the nostrils. Okay, left side of the head is down. Left shoulder is down. Right fingertips are either reaching forward, getting a nice length in the right side of the body, or you're bending your right elbow behind your back. What we're doing here, we're introducing a twist of the spine, mostly twisting in the mid-spine, the thoracic spine, a little bit with the neck if the side of your head is down, the cervical spine. And we're allowing yourself to sink in here. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Slowly walk the right fingertips back. Unthread that left arm, reaching it up, taking a cat-cow. Inhaling into your cow pose and tabletop. All right, let's move through some spinal balance. I'm going to move this back so you can see. Okay, so we're going to balance here. Right arm is forward, left leg is back. And set your gaze on one spot. So for me, it's about 3 feet beyond my the front of my mat. I'm pressing my left hand down strong, so I'm engaging my left tricep. Holding this 2 more breaths. Maybe notice if you can flex your left ankle. Maybe engaging that core, protecting that lower back by engaging, by pulling the lower ribs in towards the midline. And exhale, slowly tap your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen. We'll do that 1 more time on the side. Exhale, slowly tap your right elbow to your left knee. Hands and knees down. Shift back into a child's pose. Toes to touch, knees out wide. Resting your forehead down. Take a few breaths. So as you take a few breaths here, just notice how are you feeling right now. And will you again set an intention to practice ahimsa? So again, take this your pace. You get to choose the intensity of every single posture. And then back into our tabletop. Okay, setting your gaze again, setting your drishti about 3 feet in front of you. Pull the pit of your belly button up and back towards your spine. So this time your right arm is nice and strong, engaging all the way up the tricep. And then the left arm is forward, right leg is back. We're going to hold steady. Pulling the lower ribs in towards the midline. See what happens if you flex your ankle, your right ankle, and spread the right yogi toes. You might find that there's a lot more stability and support. Keep pressing your right hand down firmly into the ground. You might even feel some shaking. That's strengthening. Inhale, exhale, slowly left elbow tap the right knee. Inhale, lengthen out. Last time, exhale, elbow to your knee. Lengthen out. And sit your hand down and knee down. Take a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly down. And then back to a child's pose. Knees out wide, big toes to touch. Go ahead and wiggle your hips back towards your heels. Palms are down or palms up, whatever's comfortable for your shoulders. Rest your forehead down. And feel the breath here in your back body. Feel the breath in the belly. Stay here in child's pose. Walk your arms to the right and rest your forehead down. And your left hand, it might be next to the right hand, or it might be resting on top of the right hand. So hold this 2 more breaths. Really notice the breath on the left side of the body, the left lung. Feeling the body open up, stretching out from the inside out. And inhale slowly back to the center. Rest your forehead down. Hold here for an inhale. And exhale, walk your arms over towards the left. Resting your forehead down. And again, the right hand may or may not be resting on top of the back of the left hand. Three more breaths on this side. Breathing full and slow into that right lung. Inhale back to center. Rest your forehead down. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly back into tabletop. Shoulders stacked on top of the wrists. Now look back towards your belly button. Tuck your toes. Inhale. And with your exhale, press the balls of the feet into the ground, hips towards the ceiling, coming into a downward facing dog. And stay high here on the balls of your feet first. Heels are up in the air. And just play with the right heel down, bending your left knee. Just feel that stretch in the back of that right calf. And then lift up the right heel. And then rest the left heel down. So bending the right knee, left leg is straight. Breathe here, a couple breaths. So you're also strengthening the arms, pressing the hands down into the ground. Switching sides. So we're pedaling, but we're doing it slow. Taking the time to really feel into the back of that right calf. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. And then inhale, right heel is up, left heel is down. So this time right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Now both balls of the feet, heels are off the ground. Breathe in, breathe out, heels down towards the ground. You don't have to touch. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Just one more time here. I know you might be feeling this in your arms. And then exhale, knees are down. Come back into a child's pose. Palms are down or palms are up. So please modify your practice as you need. Anytime you feel like you could use a break, feel free to take a break. I'm going to do that again, coming up into a downward facing dog. Come up onto your tabletop. Look back towards your belly button. Tuck the balls of your toes. Breathe in. With your exhale, press the balls of the feet into the ground, hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Staying high into the balls of the feet. Exhale, reaching the heels towards the ground. Again, you don't have to touch. One more time. Inhale onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, breathe the heels down. Step your feet together towards the center of your mat. Big toes to touch. Reach your right leg high. And exhale, pull your right knee towards your nose. Look towards your right thumb. Take aim, slowly step that right foot on the inside of the right thumb. And it might take a couple of steps. Maybe you're like kind of swishing that right foot forward, and then your back knee is going to come down. And this is where the blanket might be handy if you want to bring that blanket or keep that blanket on the ground. So my left knee is on the ground. My right foot is flat. My right foot is roughly at 12 o'clock. And dropping my hips down. Just hold here, fingertips down onto the ground. If you happen to have blocks, you can also put blocks underneath your hands. Just hold here, see how this feels. Set your gaze on one spot. Breathe in and breathe out. The Ujjayi breath. The mouth is closed with the inhale. The mouth is closed with the exhale. So with the top of the left foot, actively press the top of the left foot down, just gently, like maybe 10%, so you feel a little bit of relief on the top of the left kneecap. And now start to actively press that right foot down into the ground. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and the heel, the right heel. And as you have those spots on your right foot, the bottom of the foot rooting down into the ground, keep that active and then lift up. Interlace your fingers, rest them on top of your right thigh, and look forward. So you can't see. You probably don't have a mirror right there, and it doesn't really matter, but we're looking to align the ear with the shoulder and the hip just to start here. And now let's move the knee. So just straighten and bend. Let's bring a little bit of movement. This isn't necessarily traditional yoga, but we're just bringing a little bit of movement here to the knee and mindfully just noticing. And then pressing the top of that left foot down onto the ground. If you're really feeling your kneecap, just notice activate. You'll feel that activation, a little bit more stretch in the top of the left thigh when you do that. Okay, hands stay here or reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And if you find this is not comfortable for you, for your neck or your shoulders for some reason, then go ahead and rest your hands back down on your thighs. Keep pressing that right foot down into the mat. Top of the left foot is gently 10% pressing down into the mat. Arms are either up or they're on your thighs, or maybe you're interlacing the fingers, straightening the elbows and reaching the index fingers towards the ceiling. So you have a couple of options. Hands on thighs, arms up, maybe there's something else you're coming up with. Look forward, steady your gaze, breathe in and breathe out. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. What we're doing here is trying to invite some length in the lower back, protecting the lower back. Then exhale, slowly bring the hands down to the ground. Shift your weight back. Flex your right ankle, coming into the half splits. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, melt your chest down, like maybe just an inch. So those of you that are practicing maybe yoga or asana a lot, maybe you have your chest all the way down toward your thigh. And if this is new to you, it's okay even if you're up high, because we all have a different experience of our hamstrings, whether it's our hamstrings today, whether something's happened, or maybe you haven't stretched this way in a long time or ever. So giving yourself that grace. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, shift forward onto the right foot. Tuck your left toes. And then step your left foot all the way forward. Come into a forward fold. Feet are hip width apart. Hands grab the opposite elbows. And just sway side to side. Hang long and loose in the spine. Shake out the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. So this breath work is more important than the poses. So even if you have to take a break, stay with the inhale, stay with a steady rhythm. Mouth is closed, exhale, still circulating this prana, this life force. 1 more breath here. And let it go. Plant your hands down to the ground. Step back into your downward facing dog again. Big toes to touch. So press your hands down. Pulling the pit of your belly button up and back toward your spine, looking back towards your toes. Come up high into the balls of the feet. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. Look towards your left thumb, taking aim. Slowly start to step that left foot forward. And then position your right knee down onto your mat or onto your blanket. Relax the shoulders down. Let's stay here with the hands down to the ground a little bit. So left foot is roughly at 12 o'clock. And again, if you're feeling any pressure on that right kneecap, you can press the top of that foot down. You can even completely lift the kneecap up and then reset it. So just 10% pressure on the top of that right foot will alleviate any pressure on that right kneecap. It also means you're also working the right leg a little bit more. The muscles here. Okay, so on the left foot, big toe mound of the left foot, pinky toe mound, and the heels plugging down, like feeling like there's pegs that are plugging down into the earth. Stay here with your fingertips down or interlace the fingers and hands on top of the thighs. And dropping the hips down to your comfort level, relaxing the shoulders. Cultivating focus of the mind by focusing the eyes. It's called setting your drishti, your gaze on one spot. Breathe in and breathe out. So top of the foot, 10% pressing down. Left foot is actively the pegs, the mounds of the big toe, pinky toe, the heels pressing into the earth. Protecting the lower back by lifting the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button, creating space in that lumbar spine and the sacrum. Keep the hands here or reach the arms up. Keep the arms up or maybe creating a bind on this side. So sometimes I have students take my power vinyasa classes and we move fast and it seems hard, but sometimes holding poses for a while is also a challenge. And here I feel like the mind, this is where if you find that there's any challenge, see if you can take your focus away from the challenge and instead focus on the breath, the sensations of the inhale and the exhale. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Exhale slowly, hands to the ground. Great work. Now shift your weight back. Flexing your left ankle this time. Inhale. And exhale, melting your chest down, whatever is the appropriate depth for you. So in these half splits. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to take 4 more breaths here. Big breath in and big breath out. Slowly inhale, lifting the chest up. Left foot is forward. Tuck your right toes and then slowly step the right foot forward. Feet hip width apart again, coming into a rag doll. Hands grab the opposite elbow, sway side to side. Just checking in how the hamstring feel. Maybe see if that upper torso can hang a little bit longer and looser over your thighs. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Slowly fingertips down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together. And then slowly sweep your arms up like wings. Press the hands down, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. If it's comfortable, close your eyes, thumbs at your heart. And stand here in this Tadasana, this mountain pose, 3 more breaths. If you had a blanket, go ahead and just remove it from. Just go ahead and set it to the side. So focusing your gaze, looking forward, breathing in and breathing out. So we're going to do a little bit of balance. So shift your weight over to your left foot. And choices here, you can rest on the ball of your right foot, or you can lift your right thigh up, flex your right ankle. Stay here. Rest your left foot down into the ground. Feel all the muscles in your left leg engaged. Notice if you're bending that left knee, see if you can maybe straighten it a little bit more without locking. Stay here or grab the front big toe with your peace fingers or a strap and then straighten your leg forward. Slowly set that right foot down. Hands next to your side, Samastihiti. Eyes open, breathe in. And breathe out. Sense the mounds of both feet pressing down into the earth. Mouth is closed as you keep circulating this prana. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale through the nostrils. Soft, steady gaze on one spot. Hands to your heart. And again, you might be resting the ball of your left foot on the ground as you actively anchor that right foot down into the mat. Maybe you're bending your left knee, flexing your left ankle. Thigh might be parallel to the ground. Then creating stability with that right leg by pressing the foot down into the ground, starting to fire up all the muscles of the leg, all the way up to the upper thigh, the inner thigh. Stay here, or maybe you're grabbing the big toe with the left peace fingers. Left leg is forward. 3 more breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly set that left foot down. Palms are forward, Samastihiti. 5 breaths. Stand in your peaceful power. Soft gaze at the corners of your eyes. Smooth the skin across your forehead. Invite in peace into the body, peace into the mind. All right, last balance pose. And start similar to what we did. So I'm going to invite all of you. So if you're challenged with balance, consider using a wall. So I'll show you with the wall. So we're going to come to airplane pose. So from airplane, from the thigh, knees up, thighs parallel to the ground, you're going to exhale, press the right hand back. And let's say it's challenging for you to balance here. Maybe you have hands on a wall. And we're looking at bringing the chest maybe parallel to the ground. Or you might be letting your wings reach out behind you, which are roughly the height of your hips. Breathe. Okay, listen, then inhale the right leg back up without touching the ground. Arms reach up towards the ceiling, and exhale, set your right foot down. We're going to have a second set of this so now you know what's coming. All right, so let's do it with the left leg. Inhale the left leg up, arms are up. So you may or may not be touching the wall. If you're not touching the wall, exhale, arms are back for your airplane pose, Dekasana. Left leg is back. Chest roughly parallel to the ground. We're not looking for perfection, just notice. Without touching the ground, inhale the left leg up, left knee up, reaching the arms up. And exhale, hands and feet down, hands to your heart. Breathe in and breathe out. So I want to mention something about the feet. If you're finding that you're having any cramping in the arches of your feet, notice if you're scrunching your toes at all. So that can cause some of the cramping. So really look down at your feet. If you can spread your yogi toes wide. And this was hard for me to do when I was first starting yoga. So have patience with yourself. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, the heels down. So we're going to start with the left foot grounding down, because we're going to do this with the right leg up first. So left foot is grounding down. Using the wall or not, inhale the right leg up. Press that left foot down to the ground. Release the scrunching of your toes. In fact, lift up the tips of your left toes. And then slowly press back into your airplane pose. Look at one spot. Without touching the ground, inhale the right leg up, arms come up. And then exhale, foot is down, hands at your heart. And breathe. Hold here, breathe in and breathe out. Now the body, it knows, it responds just like how we do mentally. Our toes, if we feel unsteady, it's very normal for the tips of the toes to grasp because there's some fear that we're going to fall. But here we're practicing being in the reality of we're standing steady wherever you're at on your yoga mat, standing on the ground. And what we're doing is practicing our balance. We're practicing strengthening our inner stabilizer muscles and practicing the mind talking to the body. It's called your vestibular function. And it's all a practice. Okay, so now root down the right foot, big toe mound, pinky toe mound, your heels down into the earth. And again, you can use the wall if you want. Otherwise, the left leg is up. Inhale the arms up. Create stability and steadiness with the right leg. Exhale, slowly airplane pose, Dekasana. Hold here 4 more breaths. With your next inhale, without touching the ground, inhale, the left leg is up. Arms come up, slowly and steady. Exhale, left foot is down, hands to your heart, and shake out the legs. Put your hands on your hips, maybe even circle through the hips if you found that you were and go the other direction. If you found that you were clenching, it happens. I know it happens. And I'm coming to Samastihiti. Eyes closed or eyes open. Stand here. Relaxing your palms are forward, shoulders relax down from your ears. Big breath in. And a big sigh out. Slowly reach the arms up. Look up if that's comfortable for you. Bend your knees if you want. As you exhale, forward fold. Empty out that breath. Shake it out. And then slowly your knees to the ground, and you may or may not want your blanket again. I'm going to be staying down low now on the ground with these final poses and before Shavasana. Okay, so we're going to come into a camel pose. So both knees are on the ground. You can tuck your toes. So this is one way that you can bring your heels up to meet your hands, and you don't have to reach your hands to your heels. You can also put your hands on your hips, but we're going to start first with cactus arms. So this is a little bit more accessible for everybody. So pressing the thighs forward. Again, see if you can, don't clench your booty cheeks. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button using what's called these rectus abdominis muscles. So it takes a little bit of isolation. Like, can you do that? Because some of us we first learned it by clenching our booty cheeks to lift up, but we don't want to use these muscles. We want to bring attention right now to isolate. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Now pull the left and right sides like you're pulling your ribs in towards the midline. Breathing your transverse abdominis muscles. Holding here. Cactus arms. Steady your gaze forward. Stay here, or if it's comfortable, start to lift the chest and the eyes up. Maybe a little bit more, chest and eyes up. Opening up to the chest and heart. If you feel any pinching in your lower back, then back off. 2 more breaths. So take some time to feel into this back bend. Full breaths, inhale. Full breath, exhale. Last one. Exhale, slowly bring the arms down. Slowly bring your hips down. Hands are down. Tops of the feet are on the ground. Sit back on your heels. Rest your hands on your thighs. Drop your chin down. Take a few breaths. Go ahead and place your hands on your heart. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your hand. Breathe into the heart space, maybe even a gentle massaging or gentle circling. That feels good. Just bring some comfort, some softness. So as we come into two more sets, our final two sets of these back bends, which are also heart openers, just come still now with the arms and just ask yourself, is there anything here that where you could soften? There's some way that you would like to open up your heart, maybe something that's been guarding, maybe a protection that's not really needed. Just ask yourself, where could you use some opening here around the heart space? Inviting compassion, inviting grace. And you can stay exactly where you are. There's nothing that you need to do here. Just being in the space of inquiry. Just asking the question. And slowly rise. Releasing the arms, tucking your toes if you want. Engaging the rectus abdominis muscles without squeezing the booty cheeks. Transverse abdominis muscles pulling into the midline. Either choosing here cactus arms again, or you might be bringing your hands at your lower back, pressing the chest forward, keep the thighs forward. So think about keeping the thighs forward the whole time. You might also be reaching back for the heels. So you're circling one hand up and around. See if you're going to reach the heels, left hand. So you might not be tucking the toes. You may be able to reach the heels without tucking the toes. You can do that too. But press your thighs forward. Keep that awareness of lengthening at the lower back. If there's any pinching in the lower back, then come back either to the hands on your back or back to the cactus arms. Okay, wherever you are, 3 more breaths. To your ability, open up the heart and the chest forward and up. Hands on your hips, engage your core. Slowly looking down, shifting your hips back, fingertips down, tops of the feet on the ground. Sitting on your heels, hands rest on your thighs. Breathe in and breathe out. So knowing that whatever the capability is in this moment, that it's exactly perfect. No need to change, no need to fix. Inviting in acceptance. And when we're mindful of what we are capable of in this moment, this is an ultimate practice of self-care. We're not comparing. We're not pushing ourselves into postures or a shape that we have in our mind because we think we should. Be here in the space of acceptance for this final heart opener. Choose your variation. 5 more breaths. Keeping the mouth closed. Your eyes can be open or their eyes might be closed, but be mindful and stay present. There might be a tendency to tune out. You can close your eyes, forget where you are, but stay present to what you feel, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste. Two more breaths. Hand on your lower back, engage slowly, rise, starting to shift your hips back. Fingertips down to the ground, tops of the feet on the ground. Sitting back on your heels again. Let's take a pause here. Hands rest on your thighs. We're going to take this in stages before we start working our way into our next posture. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Place your hands on your heart. And telling yourself, I feel you, I see you, I'm here, I'm present. I notice you. I accept you, I love you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let something go. Open your eyes, look down towards the ground. We're going to come to a hip opener. So we're going to come onto your back. If you know half pigeon, go ahead and take half pigeon. I'm going to show reverse pigeon. So laying down on your back. Right ankle is resting on top of the left thigh. And then from here, reach underneath, reach through the right leg, grabbing behind the left hamstring and resting the head down onto the ground. And flex your right ankle. And as you're holding onto the left hamstring with your right hand, gently press your right knee away from you. Flex both ankles. And if you want, you can straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling. See what's comfortable. If you want to keep it bent, or if you want to have it straight, and you might even be grabbing behind the calf. Just notice what is accessible. So if you find that you can't reach the calf without lifting your head down, then come back to the hamstring. Keep the head on the ground. And then slowly release. Those of you that are in your half pigeon, you can transition through a downward facing dog, come into your half pigeon on the left side. If you're following me with reverse pigeon, the left ankle is resting on the right thigh. You're reaching through, grabbing behind the right hamstring, flexing both ankles, relaxing the head down. And then this time hold on just the right hand behind the right hamstring, and gently with the left hand pressing the left knee away from you. Maybe straightening the left leg. Very slowly release. So those of you in half pigeon, start to work your way onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, and massage side to side. Let's take a happy baby, feet up in the air. Knees are out wide, grabbing on the bottoms of the feet if you can, or maybe you're grabbing behind the hamstrings, so whatever is accessible. Just gently opening through the hips, maybe rocking side to side, maybe taking a straddle, both legs or one leg at a time. And start to think of any final postures you want to take before our final resting pose, Shavasana. I'm going to lead you into a twist. Keep your right knee and extend your left leg long. Take your right arm out and slowly let your right knee cross over towards the left side. Position yourself if you need to. If it's comfortable for your neck, you're rotating your head maybe towards the right side. Slowing down the breath. Breathing into this twist. Breathing to the stretch you might be feeling on the outside of the right leg. If you want, you can straighten the right knee and with your left hand grab the outside of the right foot. Want a little bit of a deeper stretch on the outer leg of the right side. If your leg is straight, go ahead and bend your right knee. Everybody come back to center. Hug your knees in, bring your forehead up towards your knees. Straighten your right leg. Just relax that right leg. And this time the left arm is out, knee crosses over towards the right side. And again, positioning your head as comfortable for you. If you want, you can straighten that left leg. Right hand grabs the outside of the left foot. Slowing down your breath. Slowly bend that left knee, come back to center. Give yourself a big hug one more time. And then prepare for Shavasana. So if you want to grab blankets, maybe roll over to your side and then lift yourself up. So if you like some support underneath your knees, you can go ahead and take a blanket and roll it up, or maybe you have a bolster. You can put it underneath your knees. If you feel like a blanket on top of you would be a nice comfort. So whether you want it for warmth or you want it for the weight, the gentle weight on top of you. There's a safety that we feel sometimes when we are covered by a blanket or like a weighted blanket. And go ahead and lay yourself down. And maybe you find that you want a cushion or a blanket underneath or a pillow underneath your head. Go ahead and grab that. We're going to be here 5 minutes. I'll watch the time for you. Go ahead and let the arms relax away from the body. Let the ankles flop to the sides. Relax the head. Notice if you have anything behind the head like a ponytail or any clips. Go ahead and take those out. Give yourself permission to be completely relaxed here. And resist the temptation to tell yourself that Shavasana doesn't matter. This is actually in yoga considered the most important pose. Not just to rest and recover physically, but to allow all of this practice energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually to integrate into the body and mind. Give yourself permission to settle into stillness. Be as still and as peaceful and quiet as possible. You can even let go of the Ujjayi breath. Let go of efforting. Let's take one more big breath together. And a sigh, decompress. Receive this deep rest. So 10% water. Spend 5 minutes in meditation. Feel free to gently hug your knees in, roll over to your side, and take a seat. You can stay just where you are, laying down on your back. So those of you that are still in Shavasana, slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees in. Take a seat. As we join here collectively, consider this intention that has been shared by the monks that have been traveling from Texas to Washington, D.C. Well, every morning they say, "Today will be my peaceful day. Today will be my peaceful day." Bring to mind any other intention, any other affirmation you would like to bring into your day or into your evening, and repeat that to yourself 3 times. Gently place your hands on your heart. If it resonates with you, invite a connection to a divine guide or your higher purpose, higher power, and say thank you. Intentionally create this connection, inviting in guidance, divine guidance into your day, into your body, into your mind, into your life. Allow yourself to receive these blessings, saying thank you, I am grateful. And consider this affirmation, I am a conduit of peace. I am a conduit of peace. May my life be used for good. May my words and actions be used for good. May my purpose be revealed to me. May I be of service. Place your palms together in Anjali Mudra, thumbs touching into your heart space. If you'd like, join me in one Om. Start with an inhale. Ah. Together, maybe raise our vibrations, be of service to a higher good, a higher purpose. Put your thumbs to your third eye, your inner teacher. Together we bow down in thanks. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.